All right, so let's work another example. In this example 3, we're gonna work in a different data type, which is called a double, and that will allow us to store a decimal variable. So let's get started. And then going back to Sublime, first thing I want to do is I want to create a new file. And as I said earlier, the very first thing I want to do is I want to save this. Save or save as. What is important is where you save it. So just to navigate one more time so you can remember, I'm going to click on my desktop, CIS36, CH1. And the name of this file is example3.java. And notice one thing, that I always use the capital to start with the name of my Java file. Also notice one more thing, example3. So the name of my class example3 matches the name of the file exactly. So this is an important Java rule. So again, public static void main and string args, and the main method, which is this method that starts here and ends here, is usually what happens in our Java file. All of our codes and commands should go inside the main. This is the entry point to a Java program. So what first thing I want to do, I want to create an integer x, and then I'm going to create a double, let's say w. Okay, and I want to assign them their first or their initial value. So x is 10 and w is 10.0. As remember I said earlier, double variable w will allow us to store a decimal value to a certain precision length. So let's print those values. So I'm going to say system dot out dot print, and I should say the first value of x plus x, and system dot out dot print line, and the first value of w, one space here, plus w. So all right, so I'm not done with this, but I would like to save, compile, and run this to see how it works, and then we can continue with the rest of the file. So let's do it clear so we can clear the previous lines. Then I'm gonna do, I know where I am, present working directory, and then hit enter. I am at users, Irfan, desktop, CIS36, and CH1, and you could see it in the graphic window here as well. Okay, so what do I have in this directory? I can check this with list or ls command. I have example, example2, and example3. Notice that example and example2 have their own .class and .java files. However, example3 only has .java, which means that I have not compiled this. So how do we do this? Java C example3.java. So we have an error here. Notice that. What does it say? So example3.java line 4, basically error is semicolon expected, and then right here. So don't forget your semicolon, and then save, and then try one more time. There you go. And then let's see, did I have my example3.class? Yes. So time to run Java example3. There you go. My first value of x is 10 and my first value of w is 10.0. Now we're gonna do some arithmetic operations on them. So I'm going to say w is equal to, let's do x first. X is x divided by 4. And w is w divided by 4. Again, we're going to see them in more detail next week, next lecture. But right now, just so we know, this means that get the value of x, which was 10, divide by 4, and then assign the result back to x. And then what I want to do is, this time I want to just take the shortcut. I'm going to copy, paste, copy line 10 and 11, paste here. Then I want to say my second value. Okay, so save. And I usually do Control S, but you can also do File and Save. And remember this from the previous examples. Once you change a file or a Java program, you need to compile first, and you can run again. So my first value of, notice my first value of x was 10. When I divide x by 4, which the actual result is 2.5. However, the second value of x is 2. The reason for that is x is an integer and x cannot store the decimal part of the division. However, my w variable can store the correct result of the division, 10 divided by 4. Again, we'll discuss this more next lecture.